Hello friends, Tanya here for Trinity Stamps, and today we're going to foil on some black and white pattern paper. This is from the Black and White Slimline Pattern Pack, and I am taking one of the designs, the hearts here, and I have some shattered glass rainbow deco foil that I've had in my stash for a while. I recently bought a laminator, and now I need to foil all the things. So I'm going to take these two pieces, and I am going to foil them in my laminator, because you can take any of these black and white pattern papers from Trinity Stamps and foil with them. Look at that. It's like magic. I love that reveal of pulling that foil back to see what you have transferred across. Now I just have a plain, I want to say over-the-counter, yeah, my nursing background sticking out. Just a plain non-foiling specific laminator to create these. If you use a mink, it's probably going to do even better. I am also using the Slimline Wide Heart Trio panel to create this, and we're going to use 3 stamp sets. That first one was Let the Good Times Roll. That one was Unbelievable, and this one's called Hugs and Squishes. And we're going to use the main character from each of those stamp sets. Stamp them on some white cardstock with Copic-friendly ink. And we're also going to, while here I show you that I stamped it in black, but I'm going to actually stamp it in Versamark and heat emboss the Hugs and Squishes sentiment on a black piece of cardstock. I'm using some greens here to color the little swamp creature, and I'm going to color the rainbow unicorn in just a pink, pale purple, and a teal, and a little bit of gray, like I think it's a cool gray for the body. And I did leave the coloring in. A lot of people like to watch the coloring, but I did speed it way up. If you need to slow it down, you can change the speed of the video in your settings, so you can slow it down and watch it a little slower. I'm using some darker grays to do her hooves, and the muzzle gets a little bit more gray, and I believe the horn gets just some sparkle later with some Clear Wink of Stella. Using some browns, I believe these are the E20s that I used to color Mr. Bigfoot. And I'm certain that this took me less than 10 minutes to color all 3 of these little critters. And I kept it fairly simple, no more than 2 or 3 blends per color family there. Just adding a little bit of gray to the inside of his mouth and hitting everybody with some Clear Wink of Stella, because I like my images to shimmer. I think it adds a nice finishing touch. Look at that. They all look pretty cool. Just going to use their coordinating dies to die cut them. I was not able to cut them all on the first pass, but I don't think you need to watch me cut all of them. They do cut beautifully. I love that they have coordinating dies, because if there's a die, I'm going to use it. There they are, our critters. I'm also going to use the new modern embossed circle stack to create a nice background for this Hugs and Squishes, because with all of that foiling and all of this busyness, I needed something to draw the eye a little more closely to that sentiment. And this is some Inca Gold iridescent mirror card from Tonic Studios that I'm using there. I do have, I think it's 2 or 3 layers of cardstock die cut with the same wide heart trio die, cover plate die. And I'm going to glue those together because I want a little height behind the panel when I stick those little critters behind them, because they're going to be peeking out just a little bit. This card really reminds me a little bit of Lisa Frank. If you're familiar with the Lisa Frank design, everything is bold colors and black and white. And when I told my daughter that, she told me, "Nah, Mom, it needs zebra stripes if you're going to call it Lisa Frank." That's my daughter. Next time, some zebra stripes. just going to add that last layer with my precision glue. Trinity Stamps does sell the Hero Arts precision glue, which I haven't tried. I'm going to have to try that soon. I did not add any coaster blank this time. I just used those 3 layers of cardstock and pattern paper together, and Trinity Stamps pattern paper is actually a pretty heavyweight pattern paper. It's like cover weight. I do use a little bit of coaster blank behind my images that I've colored and die cut, but just enough to pop the head up because we're going to tuck the feet in underneath the layers. When you watched me glue that, I didn't glue right up to the edges because I knew I was going to want to tuck the feet of my little critters under the heart so it looked like they were popping out from the back of the card. And I had backed it with a piece of black cardstock to create some real drama behind them so that those images could stand out. It's a really busy card, and I wanted all of these elements to be able to be seen and be vibrant along with the vibrant background. Just holding a little pressure on that last critter, let that glue set, and then we are adding the sentiment. And that just about finishes it. I did have a little bit of extra of that foiled cardstock left, so I took that little trimming and I added it to the bottom of the inside of the card. I like to decorate the inside of the card. I think it adds such a finishing touch. Now, it's not a completely straight or even sliver of cardstock. So I am going to flip the card base over and trim it off to make it all nice and even. I didn't want a crooked edge, so I just eyeballed it. Yes, I can still eyeball it pretty well. I tried to cut that way and it didn't work. I had to flip it and cut it from the other direction. And that is the card. I hope you enjoyed this card. Check the description box below for all of the supplies that I used, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I hope you come back again soon and that you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. I love to hear what my watchers have to say. All right, until next time, have a good day. Bye-bye.